what it is you really truly want now. You got to start with that end in mind. And then once you understand there is a gap between where you are and where you want to be, here's all we do. We believe that the most powerful way to change anything is total immersion.
Now I want you to ask yourself, do you give as good as you get? Add up what you're getting and weigh it against what you're giving, and then you will know whether you're really joined to anything. Life is hard. For every time you have a plan, a dream, an aspiration, or a goal, do you know what happens every time you have one of those? This thing comes along called life.
So you've got to ask yourself, what's your why? What motivates you? What pushes you? What drives you? And if that thing is internal, if nobody has to call you, if nobody has to prize you, if nobody has to reward you, if you are self-motivated and self-regulated, you can have it, you can be it, you can do it.
Other than death, all failure is second. Does not mean that you won't lose some battles, because we all will. But it does mean that as long as you don't surrender, as long as you don't quit, then you haven't failed.
Experience beauty and joy in your life? What situations do you put yourself in? What makes you laugh? What's the fun stuff?
It's funny you say that. I just retired from the military in 2015, and I was going, and I never really, I was not a happy guy, but I'm never in the moment of like, first time I really got a chance to experience true happiness, so what I did to myself to become who I am today, it takes a great toll on your body. So I believe God gave me time to rest, and He took me out of commission. Not even the mind of God could get me back up. So I had about a good 6-7 months where I was out, and when I was out, I had time to reflect on all I had accomplished. And that was the first time in my life I sat back and said, wow. Because only I may be telling you some of the story, I know the exact truth of how brutal my life was and how I shouldn't be on this show today, and how the mind and how beautiful it is. So what brings me joy and happiness is knowing how beautiful the mind is, and I'm one of the few people that didn't read about it. I got to experience the beauty of true willpower. True you. I'm going to fail. And I will succeed. Just me talking about that gives me a feeling. I know what I do. And I don't need to travel somewhere or to have this or have that. I have it all here in my mind. The beauty is remembering this young, dumb, what people call nigger, is now where I'm at today. And that is, when you finally get to that point, for me, it's forever lasting peace. I can die right now on this show, and I'll be happy. That's my happiness, is my reflection on the suffering of my journey. I never quit, nor was I guided by anybody on this earth. I was guided by something more powerful, and I listened. It chose the path of most resistance. Talent, not
What does it mean to know something about that? How do you achieve greatness if you can't push the limit?
Well, it's kind of one of those things, and I'm so glad that we're able to have this conversation, because I feel that I'm one of those guys to kind of bridge the gap to help people understand the game of basketball a little more. And not to say that somebody will get that hard right away, but there are simple kind of connections in there that I think will really, I've talked to people and seen the light come on and say, oh, okay, that's how it is. Usually We always had a saying in the NBA: if you play hard, give yourself a chance. And in my career, I've had so many instances. I've had hundreds of teammates, and in that, you always I have an interesting scenario where you see the difference between talent. Of course, if you're a talented hard worker, then if you put the talent with the hard work, then now we're talking. But I've seen so many times and so many people not reach their potential only because they didn't want to do the work. The talent is there. I think even sometimes the love for the game, the love for the field that they're doing is there. But you have to combine it with that toughness and hard work. And, there's no cheating the process. I think sometimes...
What is the process?
Doing things every day. So I always like to work backwards. So for instance, if I'm a basketball player and I want to be a better shooter, well, I say, okay, I want to be a better shooter. That is my goal. What do I have to do daily to ensure that I can become a better shooter? Some people would say, well, you need a teacher. It's not necessarily so. You have to sometimes go and seek the information, put in the work. That could be a part of one of the days of the process to becoming a better shooter. So I always try to make sure that I put the work in myself, only because you see how so many people, leave their talent on the table, so to speak. And sometimes that can be it's a gift and a curse, right? You can be the most talented person in the room. That'll automatically bring your work ethic down a little bit, and that's something you have to fight. But I think sometimes, especially in younger people, you think it's gonna last forever. You think it's always gonna be here, and I don't have to try so hard. I've seen so many people just be hard workers, and then that gives them a seat at the table just by their work ethic. We're not even talking about talent right now, but when you combine that talent with the hard work, I think that's when you get the lighter view to get you where you need to go.
How about I just leap with my imperfection and then find my form of perfecting my imperfection while I'm sorry? How about I do that? How about you not wait to get it right? You figure out how does it look doing it wrong? How does that look? Because you're 80% of right, somebody else is 100% right. And when you want to do it right, if you want to wait till you're not afraid, if you want to wait till you're not getting, all you make it about you again. See, Nelson Mandela did it. He just did it not knowing if it was right. Mahatma Gandhi just did it not knowing if it was right. Mother Teresa just did it not looking for affirmation and confirmation. Is this right? Martin Luther King did it not even knowing if it was happening or it was right.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to get. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances.